Did you know that picking the right strike price can make you rich or make you poor? Today we're gonna use NVDA as an example to pick the right strike price. They posting earnings today, post hours after hours. A perfect trade. It's not perfect until we close. So let's get started. So we got NVDA, tasty trade. If you don't know me, my name is Eve. I like to sell naked puts because the margin requirements is so much less than Robinhood. Robinhood wants you to do cash secured. Naked tasty trade gives you to do it naked with about third of the buying power, so I can trade more and I can make more money by using less buying power. Okay, NVIDIA, how to choose the right strike price. I don't care about any indicators except the ones that I have on the screen. Price today 140, 139.5, posting earnings after 4 p.m. I use a couple of things to take a trade. First, and the most important indicator in the world to me to pick the right strike price and to make or break the bank is the ATR. ATR means 8 times, not 8, that's the results. ATR means the average move that the stock, in this case NVIDIA, moved in the last 14 days on average. If you see this price, 4.6, that means that NVIDIA moved $4.6 up or down in the last 14 days. It's now 140. The expected move is about 144.5 to 135, give or take, on average. It doesn't mean it will move exactly that, but it means on average in the last 14 days, NVIDIA moves about $4.60. Some days, like this one, they moved $8. Some days they moved $1.50. But on average, they moved 4.6. Why is this important for a strike price? Because I sell naked puts for income. I sell naked puts for income. I sell options for income. I don't gamble with buying calls and buying puts. Most of the times, 99% of the time, I just sell them. When it reaches 8 times the Kettler channel, I might consider buying some puts. And if it goes 8 times below the Kettler channel, I will consider buying calls. That's it. But in most cases, I try to make a passive income by selling naked puts. And how do I choose the strike price? I just take the ATR 4.6, okay? 4.6, again, the average move of NVIDIA stock in the last 14 days, and I multiply that number by 8. I multiply that number by 8. Why? Because I want to sell naked puts so far out of the money on stocks that I consider owning forever, or if I do get a sign, I just do the covered wheel. But stocks that are growth stocks, people's favorite companies like Legit, for example, that if they do drop 8 times the expected average move in the last 14 days, yeah, I'll be happy to own 100 shares, 200 shares. That depends on the amount that you sell the contract, 1,000 shares, it's up to you. But this is how, the exact process of how I pick the right strike price. So when I multiply that by 8, I get a price of 36.8, let's call it $37. I know the price 140 minus 37, and this is the strike price that I aim to sell naked puts. Now there's caveat for that. There's caveat. Now I can just go to the option chain and randomly sell naked puts NVIDIA 103. Okay, and I'm gonna see exactly. I'm not gonna sell the weekly. I'm gonna sell the monthly because I want more premium. Okay, that's the whole process. So 103 is like the ballpark. However, I want other things to match. Number one, I want to collect at least $100, okay? $100 for one contract. So if I do this every day, I collect $100 every day. I want the buying power to be around 5,000, give or take, instead of the full amount. If you have Robinhood and you sell the 103 put, they will ask you to put down $10,300 minus the collateral that you get, let's say $100. This is the money that you put on Robinhood. On Tasty Trade, you need probably a third of that, like 4,000 or 5,000. We will see in a minute. That is it. If I have 8 times the ATR, if I collect over $100, which is either 8 ATR or 7, something like that, in the ballpark, then that means that if NVIDIA falls to 103 by expiration, yeah, I'll own 100 shares. I'm okay. And only at that point in time, I will need to put about $10,300 in buying power on my Tasty account. That's it. Before that, you just need the margin requirement, which we'll see in a second. A couple of other things that I'm checking just for my check mark. Making sure the squeeze right here, the ST squeeze indicator, it's like a version of Tasty Trade TTM squeeze, which is green. If it's yellow, if it's red, it means that it's about to squeeze. You see here it's red, and then it squeeze, and the stock squeeze, stuff like that. But mostly I aim, it's not 100%. Let me be clear, it's not 100%, but I make sure it's green. Means the stock needs to trade sideways and not go and do crazy stuff. IVR, notice a pattern. I do not use RSI, MACD, Bollinger, none of that. I use statistics, I use math. Next indicator on my checklist is IVR. I make sure that this number is over 50, and you see here 66, and there was a jump spike in the last 5 days. You see here 5 days change over 4.3%. I usually aim for over 5% to make the trade, but over 50 means the options are more expensive than what it used to be, and if options are more expensive, I like to be an option seller. So anything in IVR over 50, yeah, that's another checklist. And in here, the Kettler channel indicator times 8. Okay, I change the settings to 8 and 50. It's usually 20 and 2, something like that. I change to 8 and 50. I like the stock to be around the blue line. Little up, little down, doesn't matter. Around the blue line. If it's 8 times the Kettler channel in the red or in the green, it's a different story. I try to avoid taking trades at that time, or I either just buy puts or buy calls. That's it. Like we saw on my videos on Tesla and Coinbase, you can check my channel for that. So now that we established 103 as the 8 times ATR, we're gonna go to the trade. Okay, you're gonna click on trade. This is the strike price. It's not exact science because I am aiming for $100, and if I don't collect $100 per one contract, I will play around the 103. So I'm gonna click on trade, and I'm gonna go to December 20 right here, 32 days to expiration. Okay, I'm doing the monthly. There's more income in the monthly, and in here we are now here around the 140. You see the in the money, and if you see here, I have chosen the 110. Let's call it. It was 10 minutes ago. It was $100. So let's go to 111. You see here how fast the option decay because there's earnings and people just buying and all that stuff. If you go to 103, okay, 103 is 8 times ATR. Let's start with this. Let's remove this. 103 is the 8 times ATR. This makes all the checkpoints that we've done. This is how you pick the strike price. However, when I sell the 103, I collect $60. $60 for one contract. It's not worth my while. I would like to collect $100. Okay, so to collect $100, I just moved on. You see here, it keeps losing value. It was 110. This was 101, 102 like 10 minutes ago before I started the video. Now it's 111. And I assume after the earnings, if nothing crazy goes, even if NVIDIA drops 10% to like 125, this is 111. That's another 10% from here. 30 days left. So you gotta understand, this is like 20% away from where it is now, even though it's not the 8 ATR. 103 is not 111. It's like 7 ATR or 6, but it's better than 1 ATR, which gives you the most amount of income. So I go here. You see here, it keeps dropping. 98, 99. Okay, but let's assume it's $100. And it drops and drops, and this just lost 10%. You see here, that's crazy. In 10 minutes, This went from $100 to $90 just in 10 minutes, just when I was talking. That's it. Because in NVDA, there's so much premium for you to sell options, because a lot of retail are just buying calls today, and it could work. It could work post earnings, but at the end of the day, if you do this long term, longevity, selling options 8 times the ATR, so far out of money, that's how I pick my strike price, keeps me in the game, let me survive in this game. That's the game plan. So let's say, for example, you sell the 111, which is like 6 ATR, okay? 8 ATR is 103 right here. It's about $60. 111 is like 6 ATR. So again, you can sell the 103, which gives you the perfect choice of a strike price, but it doesn't give me $100 per contract. So I don't want that. I want $100. I will go here to 111, give or take, which is $100 per contract, 98, same thing. But look at this. Look at the beauty of Tasty Trade. The buying power is $5,000. Okay? If you do this trade on Robinhood, the buying power will be $11,000. $11,000 minus $100 income that you collect. Would you rather do the same thing, collect the same $100, but putting $5,000 as collateral, or $11,000 as collateral because it's on Robinhood and YouTube is showing people with $3 million doing cash secured puts because they can? If you have $3 million, great. If you don't, if you want to use your money efficiently and use the less amount of buying power, you get the same $100. You get the same $100 as cash secured puts, but you put 5,000 instead of 11,000. You can even do 2. If you do 2 of those, you collect 194 for 10,000. Same thing, same exact thing. Unbelievable. Okay? So we got this. Now, what do we do? What do we do? That's it basically. You just take the trade. You click review and send. If you don't have a Tasty account, link below. Hope this was valuable. And that's it. And I'll see you next time. Okay.